And hello fellow techers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today we are in a Chieftan. Yes, boys and girls, Chieftan, aka PANDA. Honestly, this is one of my most favorite vehicles as of late, and during machine grind I use this vehicle extensively. Unbelievable machine. The games I had in it, man, I got so many good games in this tank. It's unbelievable. 6k combined, 7k combined damage. I don't really know which games to show you guys, to be honest. Anyway, today we're not gonna do a tank review, but what we are going to do is we're gonna touch upon my tank setup and try to explain to you guys why I'm running certain things on it. So first of all, let's focus on ammunition. My loadout is 38 standard APCR rounds, 20 premium APCR rounds, and 6 HESH rounds. Now, the standard APCR rounds have penetration of 270 millimeters, but if you want to go through the front armor of, let's say, E100 or Mouse, you're gonna need the 310 millimeters of penetration on the premium round. I also noticed that if IS-7 angles slightly, you're gonna have a hard time going through frontal plate with 270 millimeters of pen. So yeah, you need to carry a bit of premium APCR rounds, and one thing I love about this tank is the fact that both round types are APCR. But I love APCR rounds, some people might not, I do, due to their shell velocity. So that means you don't have to lead your shot as much as you normally would with this tank. Now the HESH rounds have 140 millimeters of penetration, but I noticed they're kind of hit and miss depending on where you try and shoot at. Obviously, if you're shooting at waffles or artillery or light tanks, you have a quite high chance of penetration, but I had a terrible time penetrating artillery with HESH rounds for whatever reason. I don't know why. I guess it must be my RNG. Now, as far as the equipment setup goes, I'm currently running gun rammer, a vertical stabilizer, and coated optics. Now, a view range of Chieftan is pretty good. You're looking at 390 meters, but with coated optics, obviously, you can extend that view range. Now, normally I like running coated optics on vehicles that have some mobility. In this case, you could consider binocs if you wanted to. If your playing style is more of a sniping type, then maybe binocs would be a better option. Another option to go with would be vents, but for me, that extra view range is very important, so that's why I'm going with coated optics. As far as consumables go, I currently don't have track mechanics skill on this crew. I do run a repair skill. However, I still like carrying 2 repair kits because the ammo rack on this tank is not the best. Every time someone shoots you in a drive wheel, they most likely damage your ammo rack. So I like carrying small repair kit, large repair kit, and med kit as well. Now, I do not carry fire extinguisher. The fire chance on this engine is about 10%, so it's possible that you can get set on fire, but I take the risk and I try to avoid getting hit in the ass, pretty much. Now, as far as the crew skills are concerned, as you can see, I am running a snakebite crew in this vehicle. If you're not aware, snakebite skill comes from a snakebite, the tier 6 premium medium tank, which Zippy actually had, so we transferred this crew to the Chieftan. What it does, it gives you 5% reduction in gunfire dispersion, which improves the gunner's accuracy. Now, Chieftan's accuracy is already pretty good. This is just an extra perk that will make the gun performance extra preppy. I'm also currently running Brothers in Arms, Repairs, Situational Awareness, Sixth Sense, and Recon on this crew. So it's a 6-skill crew, and currently training Mentor. Now, one thing I would recommend for the crew on this tank would probably be safe stowage. Probably the next skill that I'm gonna train is safe stowage, so that ammo rack doesn't die as frequently as it does at the moment. Anyway, guys, I have a very special game for you today. Actually, I have a bunch of special games that maybe I'm gonna show on my channel over time, but today I have a fairly higher than normal damage game, so I hope you're gonna enjoy that. I might actually throw in another game at the end of this video, because the higher damage game is fairly quick and just shows kind of brawling in your face type of scenario, but there isn't much tactics associated with this game. So what I'll do is I'll probably throw another video at the end which shows more tactical gameplay. So let's skip right into the gameplay. Okay, so we are on map Overlord, tier 10 game, obviously. One RD in play. Only about half of the team of tier 10s, which is really good matchmaking for tier 10, because lately, as you know, there's been a lot of just entire tier 10 battles, just tier 10s. So this is nice for a change. Anyway, we're gonna head out to location E9. F9, that's where brawling happens, and if you will win that corner of the map, usually you end up winning the game. So that's the important area of the map, I think, as well as the ball in the middle. You gotta control that ball. Once you control the ball, then you have high ground and you can control everything else on this map. Beach is completely irrelevant, so don't go there. You guys, if you play this map, don't go to the beach. So now, as you can see, now this guy is pretty smart. Clan L7 tracks me with his machine and catches me in the open, so that's a good position early game where you can go up and kind of spot people moving into positions, and that's what he did over there. Although I'm gonna get my revenge on this guy, don't worry about that. Now, he did break my track, he did ammo rack me. I had to use both my repair kits, unfortunately, early in the game, which could haunt me later. And one mistake that I made there was I actually used a small repair kit first instead of large. I'm used to using the button layout that I have, so I need to switch my large repair kit to the front position and my small repair kit to the second, because that's just kind of out of nature. It's pretty much a reaction, and I snapped the wrong button there without thinking. Anyway, so first things first, we're checking if there are any snipers in the back. There are no snipers, so we're moving up. And I'm inviting my team to come forward, because in many cases you come up and the team doesn't move. When that happens, you should probably drop back. But in this situation, my team moved up with me, so I'm good. So we're gonna try to use our gun depression and hug this heel on the right hand side to just poke out with the turret. Now, we tracked this object over there. As you can see, I was firing at his track slightly and his bottom plate. On some tanks you can do that. You can fire at the track and bottom plate and track him and damage him at the same time. Now, some other vehicles like Mouse, you wouldn't be able to do that. Now, this shot, unfortunately, I screwed up. I didn't see there was a rock behind that fallen tree, so that's my fault. Anyway, we're gonna target this Centurion right now. We're gonna try to put a few shells into him. And it's just step and repeat, guys. The aggression in Chieftan is very important, especially if you have a good position with only your turret poking out and no crossfire. It's just a farming opportunity. That's all I'm gonna be doing here. I'm just gonna be juicing these guys, poking out, This object, he's sitting on top of the hill. That's not the way to play object, guys. You're exposing your bottom plate. When you play tanks, guys, play tanks to your advantage. Remember what the strengths of the tanks are. Where is your armor? How should you position? Those are the first things that you should be trying. Get your tank into the proving grounds and try to play with, you know, correct positioning. I mean, that's the main thing. Second thing is, obviously, knowing exactly where you want to go on the map and who to engage. Knowing the armor of the opposition. But that comes with experience. So first things first is learning your tank strengths, right? Once you learn your tank strengths, then you can move on to the rest. Ah, screw you, Artie. Obviously, Artie's paying attention. Chieftan is Artie Magnet, if you're not aware. I don't know why. I guess people that play Artie, they think this tank is very dangerous. And, you know, they're right. This tank is really, really dangerous with the rate of fire that it has. The mobility. I don't know. I love this tank probably because it plays very similar to T29. And I have Unicom status on T29. I play it. I used to play it extensively. Don't play it as much anymore. Love that tank. So I'm loving the Chieftain. The turret is pretty good on it, except for that cupola. Here, unfortunately, I don't get the kill. I wanted to make sure I cross that ridge and someone takes this guy out before I do. But it's pretty much closing time. As you can see, only about 3,500 damage right now. But that's going to change dramatically in a split second, and you'll see why. So we're gonna try to cruise around this hill over here. We know that there are a few people that went to the beach, and that's usually what happens to the people that go to the beach, or tanks that go to the beach. They come out in a wide open area here, and they get under fire, and there's absolutely nothing that they can do. So we're gonna feast on the Zaya 7. Now this shot bounces, so I quickly switched to premium APCR. I just wanted to get as much damage here as possible. I was actually going for a high damage game, and luckily I hit his engine and we set him on fire. So all of a sudden our damage numbers go up to 4,600. Now we're gonna turn our attention to the beach. So I wanted to go to the left over here, but all of a sudden the guy that amracked me at the beginning of the game gets spotted, and look what I do to him. Ka-chow! Revenge is sweet. Revenge is sweet. That's all I can say. So all of a sudden with that ammo rack we had 5,800 damage, and after that shot I said no shot because nobody else had a shot after me. I know, maybe that's rude, I don't know. I'm trying not to be rude, but you know, sometimes things like that happen, and sometimes I get in a situation like this, I get ammo rack, people send me messages like this, so like, you know, it is what it is. It's part of toxicity of this game, I guess. Anyway, we're gonna try to get more damage. We know that there is more tanks at the beach here. This shot RNG says no, you cannot get more damage space. No way. You're not getting to 7k space. There is no way. So we're gonna feast on this beach party. It's not gonna have the best beach party, I can tell you that much. So just like that, all of a sudden we're at 6.6k damage. If we put a shell into the beach party earlier, we might have had more. If we put a shell into that STI that we put into the rock, we would have been over 7k already. But there's still Artie in play, and they're usually hiding in a corner here somewhere. So I was hoping that I could get a spot and get him out of the game, but why is it that when I play, all these smart Arties seem to be on the opposing team, not on my team? Figure that out. Yeah, this guy is hiding. See, I would have had over 7k damage if I could get to this kill, but at this point I know that there's no way I'm gonna get there. So, guys, how really exciting are high damage games, honestly. Like, for me, yeah, I got my, what, 6.6k damage, could have been 7k. Nice result and all, but there's zero tactics in this game, honestly. It's not as exciting as some of the games that I play that are really close. So that's why I like showing games that are, you know, really close, maybe lower damage, but who really cares? I like the excitement of the game. I like winning, you know, not really damage wrecking as much, but, you know, I do get those games from time to time, and, you know, they're nice. Don't get me wrong. It's just they don't really give me as much satisfaction, you know. Anyway, I will show you second game, and the second game is a lot more tactical. So there we can take a look at how this tank can be played by using its mobility, view range ability, so on and so forth. So let's skip to the next game then. Alright, so the next game I'm going to show you is on Siegfried Line. We are on a south spawn. It is a flag-based mode. We have only about 7 tier 10s per side. The rest is tier 9s and tier 8s, which is a pretty decent matchmaking. So in a Chieftan, I'm not going to push down. In a Chieftan, you don't play up front unless you have a good hold down position. If you have good hold down position, yeah, then you go and brawl it out. But if you don't, you find yourself a support position where you can help your friendlies with your rate of fire, right? So I'm heading down to the center of the map, but first we're gonna try to line up a shot at this RHM on the move. That was close actually. I'm gonna try to do that again, but we'll stop this time and we'll test this gun's accuracy. Let's see what we can do here. Pow! We hit him. That was a nicely led shot. Let's see if we can do this again. Pow! We take him out of the game. 2 really good shots on the light tank and 1 very important tank gone out of the game. So now we're gonna head up here. We're gonna just test and take a look if there's anyone. So it looks like it's only me here, so I'm gonna have to play it really cautious. I'm gonna poke out around this corner to see if there's anything here. Normally someone pre-aims to this position, so I'm being really cautious. But it looks like no one is pre-aiming. We're gonna see if we can spot anyone on the ridge. We spot this T-34, but he gets down right away. So he has 6th sense. He knows he's spotted. I'm spotted, but no one's looking at me. So we're gonna try to line up a shot at this STI. Unfortunately, our shell goes to the left and hits that brick or that concrete block, whatever it is. All of a sudden, T-110E5 shows up. So we're looking for a shot at him, but we're gonna try to get a shot at this STI. Unfortunately, side of the turret bounces. He turned his turret at the last second, and that's why I probably bounced this shot. So we're gonna switch to premium round in case this E5 is gonna try to push us. We don't necessarily need premium round over here, but I was still thinking I'm gonna be firing at the STI, and I disengaged, and unfortunately I'm gonna forget to switch it back at this point in time. I get spotted. I think there's another tank crossing through the middle. So at this point I know that enemy is present in the middle. A bunch of them actually. This medium tank comes out right in the open, so we're gonna put a shell into him and we're gonna back behind the building. He's not even paying attention to us. So we're gonna hit him in the head. And I think Artie is gonna take him out. Oh no. It's our heavy tank, AMX 5120 takes him out. Anyway, we're gonna stick around here. We switch to our standard shell because we don't need our premium shells right here. We're gonna provide vital spots to the RD, and we take out this T-30, 1 big gun out of the game. Again, we're the only ones here, plus this AMX 5120. So I don't know if we can hold this position, but we're gonna try to hold it as much as we can, or as long as we can. I'm gonna poke around this corner. I see nothing, so we're gonna turn around and we're gonna go around this building here and see if there's anything sneaking on us right here. So nothing is here. We're gonna try to spot the middle. There's T-34, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna track him. Now we're gonna reposition. Remember guys, play your tanks right. Reposition, side scrape, and in between the columns we're gonna try to put a shell into him. Yes, we put a shell into him, but he gets away. Now all of a sudden this STI decides to poke us, and unfortunately we don't penetrate him. He does penetrate us. I think our shot went a little bit too much to the left, should have been more in a drive wheel, but we can still see him in between here, in between those columns. So we're gonna track him, but he disappears and I'm still lit, so, and targeted. So I decided not to push this. I'm the only one protecting this area right now. Looks like our AMX is gone, so I have to play it cautious, smart. I cannot push at this point in time, get myself killed, because our RDs are counting on me to spot in this area here. So we're gonna try to hold this position. We're gonna poke out around here again to see if this STI is pushing us. He's not pushing us. I was trying to see what else is here, but I can't see anything. So we're gonna turn around and go back into the same position we were before. Right behind the building. And once we poke out on this side, I think we're gonna spot something here. Are we? Yes, the T-34 is right here. So we're gonna try to engage this T-34. We're gonna wait until he pokes out, but I can't get a shot at him. Very narrow shot, and that goes nowhere, unfortunately. So we need to be really patient here. We need to keep this position, and we still have artillery to our advantage, so we need to play it smart. Now he's looking at me, so we're gonna back in, and I already takes him out of the game. Now I have to apologize. I actually switched to the third-person view because, again, I had issue with my video card, but about that later. Anyway, STI pokes out, he hits me. I think I was on a reload here, so I hit him, and I know at the same time that T110E5 is pushing me from behind, so I know I'm gonna take a couple of hits, but I really need to get myself in a better hold on position. That's what I'm doing here. I know Artie's supporting me, so that's what I'm doing. Unfortunately, I missed that shot on T110E5. Artie hits STI hard, so I'm glad. You know, sometimes it's good to have Artie on your side, I gotta tell you. Even though I hate it as much and I got killed so many times by Artie, when they are actually on your side and they're supporting you, man, it's such a relief. So that was great to see. All of a sudden our light tank shows up and a medium tank. So hopefully we should be able to dispatch of this T110E5. Unfortunately, our light tank decides to drive right in front of the T110E5. And he gets killed. Now we're nicely hold down over here, so T110E5 shouldn't be able to penetrate us. We do track him and pen him in a drive wheel. And we're gonna reload. We're gonna see if we can get another shot into him. We see a shot slightly between the columns there, so we just track him here. I don't think we penetrated him over here. But that's good enough. We're gonna try to penetrate him again. Again, narrow shot in between the columns. I wish I could show you guys. That was really narrow shot. I could still see him here. I'm thinking of taking another shot, but unfortunately that one misses. So again, the game is really close. I really don't want to push this still. I'm thinking here, how should I engage this T110E5? I really want to take him out of the game. So I've realized we have the field, no problem. What I should be able to do is go from location F5, go up that ramp over there, and if I go up that ramp, I should be able to catch him off guard and take him out of the game. So that's the idea here. Let's see if we can actually do this. Now, he probably shouldn't be expecting me, so that's a safer play. So, yeah, this is the ramp I'm talking about. Right here, we're gonna climb up. Yeah, and he's not even looking at us, so we're just gonna aim up and take him out of the game. Now, the Reds have only 2 tanks remaining. The Jagdpanzer E100, Tier 10 German tank destroyer, and the artillery. And we have tank destroyer, which is also, I guess, Jagdpanzer E100, and another medium tank. I don't know where he is. I think he was actually around here for a moment. I think it was a Tier 8 Panther, and we still have 2 Arties. So I'm gonna wait it out here. I'm gonna wait for our Jagdpanzer E100 to move up, and once he moves up, yes, he does spot the other Jagdpanzer E100, so what we're going to try to do is use the field to our advantage and those ridges here to go hold down and try to engage this Jagdpanzer. That was the idea here. And I think at this point in time I still have my premium rounds loaded because I don't really want to overexpose and hit his bottom plate. I want to hit his superstructure at this point in time, so that's what I'm aiming at. He spots me. We're gonna try to hit him in the superstructure. Unfortunately, I think this shot is gonna bounce. Yeah, it did bounce. Someone hits him. I think I already hits him. And he's changed his attention to me. He's totally trying to rush me. But I'm gonna poke over that bridge again, and this time we do manage to take him out. Now where we are here, I was hoping we're already safe. I thought Artie was sitting somewhere in A8, A9. That's where they usually sit. But they could be on this side of the map, although we pretty much had control of this side of the map, so the enemy's artillery shouldn't really be sitting anywhere on this side. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to basically come up to that ridgeline here, and I'm just going to scoot over the ridgeline to see if I can spot the artillery, the enemy's artillery. And I didn't really spot the enemy's artillery here. I didn't go over deep enough. That was my mistake. So Since I didn't spot the artillery, I'm like,
Focus on this location.
if Panzer 100 can cover the other side, I can cover this side in case the RD ran off here. Although that was, I don't know, I should have been smarter here. I should have known that RD was on the other side, and their RD gets spotted. RD takes out our tank destroyer, but our RD takes out the enemy's RD. So yeah, this was a lot more tactical battle than the previous one I showed you. The other one was more in your face type of brawling kind of situation. This one was more of a thinking what to do, where to relocate, how to use Chieftain's mobility, turret armor, how to play it correctly according to the terrain, the conditions. So yeah, this game exemplified more of that. And we get a nice class 1 still, even though it's not a very high damage game. We do manage to put up about 4,000 damage, about 1,800 assisted, which brings our total to close to almost, what, 6k combined damage, which is a very nice game. Not spectacular, just a very nice game. But I had a lot of games like that in my Chieftain. That's why I love this machine so much. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit, checking out.